Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of Gobbler the Troll Shaman. We are here where we left off last time, outside of the Tower of Frozen Shadow in Ice-Clad Ocean. I decided to hunker down and kill some of these little fisherman knolls here on the coast, and I actually stayed here for quite a bit of time. What did I think I started here at 35, level 35, and I stayed all the way until 39. They were pretty steady experience. I started out on the one ice floe. I was killing the fisherman, and I forget what the other mob was called. After I got a few levels, the fisherman started to green out, so I moved like one ice floe over, and it was chock full of those monk mobs that were all dark blue to me. And so I started killing them. I had a nice little flow going. I basically would just slow them and then beat them down with haste and my pet. And I could kind of just like keep that going for a really long time because I was only casting slow, wasn't using a ton of mana, cannibalize here and there, but I could just like constantly kill for like 20 minutes straight. Yeah, so it was pretty good. Stayed till level 39, got me all the way to my new spells, and they don't really drop much in the way of loot, but they do drop these little leather armor pieces, which again they're not much of anything. They sell for like leather prices, which is pretty crap. But the stats aren't anything to write home about either. They do, however, have the Velius leather graphic, so if you're looking for just a little fashion quest, I actually ended up saving a set just in case I feel like, I don't know, starting a rogue or something and making them look cool. They don't drop all the pieces, though. I think it's like maybe 5 or 6. Something gets left out. I'm not sure if it's the helm. No, I can't remember. But yeah, nothing really in terms of loot here. But they were, again, steady XP, no competition really. I think I had one guy show up at some point and just kind of like watch me kill them. But he moved on his merry little way. There is one sick little detail to these primal tribal gnolls here, and that is, you can see here they beat seals to death. Kind of messed up. These guys with the clubs that just run around and kill these seals all day, just clubbing seals. So that's a little weird. They also will say weird things, like they're trying to attract the seals onto the ice to kill them. I don't know, something weird going on here. So basically, it's time to leave. We've seen enough here, and we're gonna go check out the City of Mist. So here we are in the City of Mist. I got pretty lucky when I jumped in here. Well, I don't know if it was lucky or not. I think it's a pretty popular zone, but I killed like one or two mobs solo, and then there was a spot in a group open up. So I hopped in there, and this is an arena group, so I'm recording this after the fact, but this was a pretty solid group. We had good polls going. I think I stayed here for like 2.5 hours with the group and got probably close to like 50% of a level into 39, so that was pretty good. I'll be honest, when I first joined, there was like maybe the first 10 minutes or so, I was kind of uneasy. It had been just like so long since I'd been in like an actual group. I really like, I can't even remember the last time. It might have been like Crocs and Oasis that I was in a group. And that was, before I had kind of my full toolkit. So I was sort of like just fumbling around a little bit for the first few minutes. I was like, what do I do here? Um, there was an enchanter in the group who was like kind of doing a lot. He was like slowing and charming, and then obviously since I came in, I could take over the slows for him. So that was kind of like the first thing. It's like, okay, I did the slows. I had to make like a slow macro so that I could tell the group when a mob was slowed. I had never had to do that before. I did a little healing when the clerk would go like AFK, and then eventually at some point I remembered like, oh, I can buff people too, so I did that too. So it just took me a little bit to get my bearings, get my feet back under me for grouping, but after that it was pretty smooth sailing and just cannibalizing left and right. Like, again, anyone who plays the Shaman knows this, but like cannibalize is just such a cool spell. I was never running out of mana. It just enabled me to just keep casting, and I would just stand up and canny. I don't think I hardly sat down at all. It's like it was very active, but it was awesome just to like have mana all the time. So yay canny, yay shaman. Yeah, but this was a good solid group and got me back into the swing of things and gives you kind of a good idea of City of Mist here. So we're pulling from all around the arena, all these houses around here, and then the arena itself, pulling a bunch of mobs in. I was a little, I think, underleveled for the arena. Like most of these guys were like mid to upper 40s, and I was, 39. So I did have some trouble with like slow sticking. If the enchanter would like Tash ahead of time, that would help a lot. But um, I was having trouble with my mallow hitting and trouble with my slows hitting. But that was kind of like my core responsibility, so I just kept casting it, whatever. Like I said, mana wasn't a huge issue. But yeah, probably would have been a little bit nicer if I was a few levels higher to get those spells to stick a little better. But yeah, so this was a solid group. I think I finally logged off when it got late, and then next day did a little soloing on my own. We're level 39, getting to the end of 39 actually, 85% of the way in, and we are killing golems at the front of the zone here, and I'm always shocked at just how Shaman Slow really trivializes these fights. I did just get a new one at 39, so it's an upgraded version, but it's like these things can't even touch me. And again, caveat coming in, I've got fungal regrowth, I've got fungi tunic, so yes, I have crazy good regen. But it is just like nothing they do hurts me. So it's kind of cool. I feel like I can almost solo anywhere. I feel sort of invincible. I can just, root ads, slow the one that I've got, and just slowly beat them down. If I wanted to throw in some more mana, I'd toss a Venom on a Snake on them. That does like between 5 and 600 damage, I think. So really kind of a lot of options. And right now these golems are giving me like 2% per kill, like consistently. I've killed a few now, and each time it's 2%, which is pretty awesome. Granted, we're coming up on 40, which means we're coming up on another hell level, but so I'm sure that, experience gain will go down. But for right now, it's pretty sweet. So this zone, I was in a group here earlier. I kind of recorded things. I'm not sure how I'm going to splice them together, so I don't know if I already showed that or not, but I've never been super familiar with this zone. I came here a little bit on my druid, and I think I did a group or two when I was coming up with him. It's nice because this is very much a dungeon, but it's considered an outdoor zone. So on my druid, I could cast Harmony, which was super helpful in certain situations to be able to split pulls. But you come in here and you're greeted with this nice little bridge across the moat here. And there's golems that'll be spawned right here. 2 of them guard right there. And then I think there's 2 or 3 back here behind this gate. And then if you go right or left, it'll both ways will lead you into this courtyard area here. And there's golems pretty much everywhere. I think there's like 8 or so golems that spawn in this room. Right now they're all down. I just killed one, and then there's groups going right now that are pulling them as well. If you hang left when you come into here, this area is called the stables. And I actually I've not been in here before. I'm assuming there's stables somewhere. I don't know if we're going that stables. But I'm pretty sure this is the stables area. When I was in my group previously, I got a bunch of items for the Shaman EverQuest. There are these correspondence or notes and certain things that drop off of mobs. So there's 6 of them in total. I got 5 of them. I believe the 6th only spawns in the stables. So at some point I'm going to need to get in there and... Oh, I got a group invite. Okay, those guys are in the stables and they invited me. So maybe I'll go hang with them and try and get that item for my epic. But if you continue along here, this is where you're getting into the arena area. This is where my group was the other night, and we just kind of camped right here. And then there's a bunch of stuff you can pull out here. There's a little, well, this is the actual door to the arena that you can pull from there. So we can continue along here, and I'm not sure what's been killed and what hasn't. I believe as we get around the edge, I don't know how far I really want to go because I'm not sure where the group is in here. Obviously stuff's been pulled, but um, there is an area you can go to that I believe the camp's called Moat, and it's sort of around like the little castle section. Um, I won't say much else about that because I might just be talking on my ass. Because like I said, I don't really know this zone that well. So for right now, I grouped in the arena. I think I grouped in the arena when I was here on my druid too. So like that's what I really know. And now we're gonna, I guess, be in this stables group, and maybe I'll try and learn something new here. Alright, well I'm gonna keep recording, and I'll kind of check back in if there's other fun stuff to tell you guys. So guys, we didn't learn much about the stables. I did, however, get that last item I needed for the Shaman Epic, the student's log. I killed like 2 or 3 mobs there, and one of them ended up dropping it before we ended up moving to arena. So I guess this is a favorite spot for people, because this is where all my groups seem to end up. Which, I guess that's fine. I'm not complaining. Would like to see some other parts of the zone, if at all possible, at some point, but, you know, that's okay. For now, we'll hang out in the arena. Honestly, I'm not sure this is necessarily where I'll stay, but for now it's working, and we'll kind of see if we can push through to 40 here and see how the XP is at our new hell level. Alright, so I moved out of the arena group that I was in. You know, to be honest, I don't want to throw shade, but it just wasn't quite going at the pace that I was hoping for. I was really hoping to at least just get 40 tonight, and it was, you know, the tank was a ranger, which wasn't really the issue. Just like, he's being overly cautious, I felt like, waiting until everyone was like full mana to pull, just pulling singles, like, yeah, it was just, wasn't working for what I was hoping for. So, I told him I had to hit the hay, and just kind of popped out here into Emerald Jungle, and thought I'd down a few mobs out here just to get my level before I logged off. So, found this Evencon Bloodthorn, a Relosi Bloodthorn out here. Don't know when the last time I killed an Evencon was, so more or less I just kind of want to see, like, is this still viable, something I can do? And I'd say it's going pretty well. I've got him slowed. He's kind of matching me on, what do we call it, HP here, but I don't have my phone growth up, so now I do. Get a little more regen going. Yeah, I could probably add a little DPS with the dot here, but, you know, I think I'll just beat him down here. I also don't think I have a very good pet right now. He's hitting for 33. I think the max pet right now hit is 35, so that's actually not bad, but I did not haste him, so maybe I'll do that as well. There you go, pet. So yeah, I do actually like City of Mist here, but you know, I like the soloing a lot better. Getting 2% per golem is kind of nice. I did have a pretty good group going the other night that was pretty efficient, but you know, I hate to be an a-hole because I'm like super twinked out, but I think sometimes for me, like, I'd rather just solo. From an efficiency standpoint, did this guy lose slow? Yes, he did. I'm like, he's bashing me right now. Can I root him real quick? This is hurting. Okay, let's heal ourselves. Yeah, you know, it's just like time these days is a valuable commodity to me. So it's like if I'm going to log on and play for a few hours, I want to make some good progress. So, you know, I don't mind sitting in a group. Like the one I had last night, I got like 50% of a level, and I'm not sure how long I was with them, maybe a couple hours. So that wasn't bad, but sometimes just soloing can be a lot more efficient. Oh my god, we got another jumped on us here. I don't think we'll be able to kill him. I just want to see what this guy gives me in terms of XP. Oh, he's blue. Maybe we can get him. I'm actually going to root him so he doesn't kill my pet. Come on now. Did I get him? Okay, got him. Now, let's finish this guy off. Oh, what the hell? Did root just immediately break? Yes. Hey, we dinged. 3% on that even. Oh, what is this? What is this? Another? Alright. This is more than I bargained for. We are gonna hoof it back into City of Mist so that we don't die. Yeah, okay. So yes, I can kill an even con. No, it's not really worth it. Gives me 1% more than a blue and kind of wrecked me in terms of health and mana. So, lesson learned, we'll stick to the blues as you should in EverQuest.